Hello, dear friends, my dear students of 4th semester Electrical Engineering and Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, Bharati College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. Today I am here, Lalit Kumar P. Bhaiya, Associate Professor, Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Department, Bharati College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. Dear students, we have already gone through the various videos, PowerPoint presentation and notes on the subject analog electronics. Even then, today I would like to discuss some numericals on the transistor biasing. That is very important. Already we have seen, but even then, as a review, I will take one or two numericals on the same. You are already known about the biasing of a transistor, and you know about the transistor also. Transistor word is derived from the word transfer of electrons or current through a resistor, low resistor to high resistor. Transfer and resistor. You can see here the words transfer and resistor. From this we defined transistor. This term was adopted because it is the best describe the operation of the transistor. The transfer of an input signal current from low resistance circuit to high resistance circuit. This is called as a transistor. We have already seen. And the three terminals with two junctions. Emitter is the first terminal which gives off or emits current carriers, electrons or holes. Carrier may be electrons or holes. That's why it is called as a bipolar. The base which controls the flow of the current carriers, and the collector which collects the current carriers. This is basics about the transistor. You can see this diagram. This is the NPN transistor, emitter, base and collector. And these are the two junctions. This is one PN junction, this is another PN junction. Similarly, this is PNP transistor, PNP, emitter, base, collector. Again here two junctions are there. These are already we have seen in the basics of the transistor. This is just a review. Here common emitter configuration is shown with connections. This is NPN type transistor. Collector is connected through this battery to the emitter, and this base is connected through this battery to the emitter. This junction, base and emitter, is forward bias, and collector and this emitter is reverse. That is, collector junction is reverse bias, base junction is forward bias. So this is configuration used for the amplifiers. And as far as the biasing is concerned, the three operations, region of operations mainly are there. This is called as an active region, in which both the junctions are forward bias. Base emitter junction and base collector junction is reverse bias. In active region, base emitter junction is forward bias and base collector junction is reverse bias. While inverse active, it is just opposite to this. Base emitter junction is reverse bias and base to collector junction is forward bias. This is called as inverse active, in which it will act like an inverse amplifier, where in first case active region it will act like an amplifier. Another one is the saturation, with both the junctions forward bias, base to emitter as well as base to collector. Both junctions are forward bias. The transistor will be in saturation mode and having a high current conduction from emitter to collector. It will work like a on switch. And the cutoff. In cutoff, both the junctions should be reverse bias. Base to emitter and base to collector, both junctions should be reverse bias, and it will work like a off switch. Other than this, there may be a work of diode like avalanche breakdown. So we will not go through this. These regions of operation are important in case of the transistors as far as the biasing is concerned. Now let us go for the numerical, because we have already gone the various aspects of the transistor. Now consider this. In the circuit shown below, VBB is 5 volt and I0 leakage current is 2 microampere at 25 degrees centigrade. Calculate RB, for which transistor remains in cut off at 75 degrees centigrade. And second, if VBB is equal to 1 volt, this voltage, RB is equal to 50 kilo ohm, this base resistance, up to what temperature the transistor will remain cut off? That is the question. So what we will do, this is the circuit of common emitter, VBB, VCC, this is RB, this is RC. Since this base and emitter, this is NPN transistor, so it is reverse bias, NPN, and this is forward bias. So this will have only to flow the leakage current I0 only in base to emitter region. Therefore, as we know, leakage current doubles at every 10 degree centigrade increase in temperature. This is the rule. So I0 at 75 degree centigrade is equal to I0 at 25 degree centigrade into 2 to the power I0 at 75 minus I0 at 25 divided by 10. So this I0 at 20, matlab I0 output current at 75 degree centigrade is equal to 64 microampere. Now for typical NPN transistor, VBE cutoff is 1 volt according to the data of the transistor. And now applying to the KVL to the base side, we will get VBB is equal to VBE cutoff, because transistor in cutoff, reverse bias. So VBB is equal to VBE cutoff plus I0 into RB. It is given 5. VBE cutoff is 0.1. I0 is just, we have calculated 64 into 10 raised to minus 6 into RB. We will get the value of RB here, that is 76.5625 kilo ohm. Now VBB is equal to total voltage, VBE cutoff plus I0 into RB. So VBB is given 1 volt, 0.1 cutoff as per the standard data, and I0 into 50 into 10 raised to minus 3 is the value of RB. So you can calculate the value of I0. This comes to be 18 microampere. Now from equation, we have I0 at T2 is equal to I0 at T1 into 2 to the power T2 minus T1 upon 10. As already we have seen this formula. And using this formula, we can calculate the value of T2. That comes to be, T1 is 25 degree and T2 is, this is 56.7 degree centigrade. Thus up to 56.7 degree centigrade, transistor will remain in cutoff. This is the answer. And here again you can see another problem. For the circuit shown in figure below, determine IE, VE and VCE. This circuit is given to you. VCC is 6 volt, 330 kilo ohm, and this is IE, and collector is grounded, and output is taken across this emitter. So this is emitter follower, and the value of this RE is 1.2 kilo ohm. VEE is equal to minus 6 volt. Applying KVL to the base circuit, to this circuit you can apply this KVL. So you will get here VCC minus IBRB. This is VCC minus IBRB minus this VBE and minus this IERE and minus this VEE. You can put the values. So you will get IE is equal to 1 plus beta times IB. You can put here. So after putting this IE is equal to 1 plus beta times IB and other values, you can calculate the value of IB. IB is equal to 23.78 microampere, and from which we can calculate the value of IE, that is beta times I. So this value is 2.877 milliampere. Now voltage drop across RE. You have to calculate the voltage drop this across RE. So RE will be equal to IE into RE. Voltage drop across RE will be equal to IE into RE. IE we have calculated here and value of RE is given. So this comes to be 3.452856 volt. Now VE, this VB, this value of VB is equal to VBE minus voltage drop across RE. So this value is VEE is 6 volt. VEE is 6 volt and this value we calculated already. So this comes to be minus 2.54714. Now from the current, from the circuit, VCE is equal to minus VE. So you can calculate this value of VCE. So in this way we have calculated the biasing values. Similarly, another problem is of this common emitter configuration with voltage divider bias. R1 and R2 is the voltage divider bias. R3 is this collector resistance, and R4 is the emitter resistance. This is VBE, this current IB, and this current is I. Therefore, this current flowing through R1 is I plus IB. This is IC. Here it is given beta is equal to 100 and VBE will be equal to 0.6 volt. In the circuit shown below, if IC is equal to 2 milliampere and VC is equal to 3 volt, calculate the value of R1 and R3. This R1 and this R3. These two value we have to calculate. Simple write the KVL at the collector side. You will get VCC is equal to IC R3 plus 3 plus IE R4. This side. So you will get the value of IE is 2.02 milliampere. Thus we can write the equation at the collector loop. So you will find R3 is equal to 5.394 kilo ohm. Similarly, applying KVL in the base side, we will get I into R2. So we will get the value of I is 0.18182 milliampere. And applying KVL on the potential divider circuit, we will get VCC is equal to 1 plus IB into I plus IB into this R1 and plus I into R2. From this you can calculate this value of R1, and this R1 comes to be 65.547 kilo ohm. So this way we can calculate all the values. And finally, one more problem of where we have it is given this VC and VE are shown here as the output. In the circuit shown below, the emitter voltage is minus 0.7 volt. If beta DC is equal to 50, find IE, IB, IC and VC. Simply you can calculate this IE, which is equal to VE by RE. Simply 0.93 milliampere. IB is equal to IE upon 1 plus beta according to formula. You can calculate this value, and IC is equal to IE minus IB, because IE is equal to IC plus IB. So this is the standard one. So you can calculate this 0.91 milliampere. And now drop across RC is IC into RC. So this drop once you got, then calculate VC. VC is equal to 10 minus drop across RC. This comes to be 1.545 volt. So in this way you can solve the number of problems on the biasing also. Thank you very much for these problems and numericals on biasing. More lot of problems are available in the books. You can go through the books, and if you have any doubts, feel free to ask me at any time on any platform, either on email or on WhatsApp or on phone call, whatever may be. Thank you. Next time we will go through the another video. Thank you very much.